One of the biggest expenses while expediting is going to be your fuel costs. So how do you save money on fuel? I use Pilot Flying J, and I have the app on my phone. And you can click on Find, and it'll show you all the fuel places on the road in front of you, and you can use it as a navigation feature. You can also click on the ones up coming up, and it'll tell you the fuel prices that are pretty current. So you can say, hey, this one's in this state, and then there's one across the border, and the prices are different. Just little things like that. But as far as driving your vehicle, go with the free stuff first. Slow down. You're not in your car. You don't have to go 75, 80. Every vehicle has a sweet spot. Your van is, a big box pushing its way through the air, so it's going to grab some air, and you're going to have drag. So slow down. Find a comfortable speed. I think I'm going to be driving 65 again. Tire pressure is a big deal. You see an old car sitting around, the tires go flat. Why? Because your tires lose air in time. It's just what happens. So if you put air in your tires, you put tires on your vehicle 6 months ago and you haven't checked tire pressure, I promise you they're low. And if the temperature changes and suddenly gets cold, the pressure will change wildly. So keep up on that. Keep a compressor, a little tiny compressor on board, and check your tires, because that is drag. It does slow you down. Also, there's two types of drag. There's parasite drag and what's called induced drag. Parasite drag is the stuff sticking off your vehicle, all the little sharp edges. You have a rack on your roof you don't need, or something sticking out somewhere. That's parasite drag. Induced drag is what happens when you're going down the road, and as you speed up, the aerodynamics of your vehicle come into play. And I read that anything over 35 miles an hour, it's cheaper to run your air conditioner than it is to have your windows open. And I've dug pretty deep into this, trying to find ways of saving money, saving fuel, looking at aerodynamics for vans, and there's not a whole lot of stuff that can change that back end on it. But what you can do is keep it clean. If your vehicle's dirty, as the air flows past it, it's grabbing all that grit and dirt. It actually hangs on to it. So the two things you want to do is keep it generally clean and put wax on it, especially the front, which is the first place it's going to meet with the wind resistance. Excuse me. And you can also wax your windshield. A lot of people don't realize that. Your windshield, it's like Rain-X. It also helps for your aerodynamics. And if you've got extra lights bolted on or a rack, get that stuff off of there. But that's some of the basic things. Your air filter. A lot of people forget about their air filter. And it has to be able to breathe. In the wintertime, you maybe go a little thicker on the oil in the summer, a little thinner in the winter, and the friction of the oil comes into play. And I was like, geez, didn't think that far through it. And any excess weight, if you're carrying around a bunch of gear in your vehicle you don't need, it's going to cause more power to be used to haul it down the road. So if you have unnecessary garbage in your vehicle, get rid of it. Also, fatter tires grab more air and cause more friction. Didn't know that. I do know when it's raining, because you're picking that water up off the road. I didn't even realize that. So keep that in mind. And not having a lead foot helps. Using cruise control is wonderful. There isn't any magic fix. There's no magic button that'll save you a whole bunch of fuel, but there's just a bunch of little things. When I was looking into drag, I didn't realize this, but the underside of your vehicle, when the wind bounces off the road and gets up underneath your vehicle, so some people put plates under there. It's going to limit your access, but some to smooth out the underside. The outside of your tires, where you're staring for the lug nuts, wind is grabbing that area, and they actually make discs. If you have a common tire, there are these smooth discs you can put over the outside of your wheels. You see them on big trucks occasionally. It helps a teeny bit, and I don't know if the amount of money you would spend on the covers would pay off in a reasonable amount of time. So, now you're starting to spend money. There are bolt-on or stick-on louvers you can put under the front end of your vehicle. It's going to lower your clearances, but it keeps the air from even going under your vehicle in the first place, so that may work out. But just think about those little things. I see people barreling down the highway with a ladder rack on top of their car or their van or truck. They don't have a ladder. They just have the rack, and they just kind of forget it's up there. Yeah, get that stuff off. Oh well. Remember, speed, cruise control, consistency, tire pressure, air filter, keep your vehicle clean. no lead foot. I mean, that's the basics. But you're trying to make money, and violating any of those, you're just making less money. So work it the best you can. Have a great day.